The old advice of sleep when the baby sleeps is just not that helpful. If you're a new parent who eats healthy, you try to sleep when the baby sleeps, and you're still feeling low energy, it's not just you, and it's not your fault. There's a missing piece to postpartum recovery that doesn't really get talked about. In this video, I'm going to go over some common misconceptions about the postpartum period and what to focus on instead so that you can get through your day a whole lot easier. As a mom and a dietitian, I've been right where you are. Fatigued, loving my new baby, but also really overwhelmed. Postpartum recovery isn't always well supported, and even if you're eating well, if you're getting a decent amount of sleep, you may still feel very drained. Your body has been through a lot, and it needs the time and the tools to recover. There's not always a lot of talk about the specific nutrition needs that is unique to this time period, to this postpartum period. We talk about it during pregnancy, but not always through to the end, to after childbirth. And no matter what type of birth, whether it was a C-section, whether it was a vaginal delivery, whether you're currently breastfeeding, no longer breastfeeding, or you're bottle feeding, nutrition is important during this postpartum period. Think about it. Your body spent 9 months, give or take, building a baby from scratch. So it's going to take some time to recover. And it's not back to business as usual right after. What's being talked about a little bit more in the literature is a concept called postnatal depletion. And it's not really a diagnosis. It doesn't have any one definition, but basically what it is describing is a state of being postpartum where you are depleted of some nutrients that you used to create your little bundle of joy. So think about it. Your body used up a lot physically, nutritionally, emotionally during pregnancy, birth, postpartum. And if you're breastfeeding, there's some nutrients that are being passed into your breast milk, which is great. We need our babies to have those nutrients from our breast milk. But it also means that we have higher needs as moms to support our nutrition needs. The idea that you will bounce back in 6 weeks is honestly really harmful. And I'm not sure where it came from, if it's just been a general pressure on women to be perfect and have the perfect bodies and all of that, or if it's tied into the fact that, okay, we have a 6-week postpartum visit where we get the okay to do things like exercise. But really, postpartum is a longer period of time, right? A lot of times people may think postpartum as just the 4th trimester, the 3 weeks that maybe you have for maternity leave if you're working, or just in general, just the few months postpartum, or while your baby is a baby. There's different definitions out there for it being a few weeks, several months, up to a couple of years. In reality, I would say that you're always postpartum if you've ever had a baby. But particularly in those first couple of years, especially if you're breastfeeding long term, you just have different nutrient needs. And what I want to touch on is that postnatal depletion, it can last months, even years, if it hasn't been properly addressed. Most postpartum visits are quick, to the point, asking about the baby. They may not be touching on your energy or your level of fatigue. Or if they are, they may be thinking, well, that's normal. It'll get better. And for a lot of people, it does. But then for a lot of us moms, it really doesn't, and it keeps going and it keeps compounding. Many moms leave the 6-week visit thinking, wait, is that it? Are we done? Are we breaking up? I know I felt that way, especially after my first child. I felt jilted. I was like, okay, I guess I'll just figure it out on my own. Comment below if you also had this feeling. Sometimes things like anemia or vitamin D deficiency may be overlooked in this postpartum visit, but especially if you were deficient during pregnancy, you're going to want to ask about these. You're going to want some follow-up here to see if you need any more supplementation. We want to prioritize that in our food sources to cover our basis, but postpartum follow-up with these things are really vital. And even if your labs look normal or within the normal range, you may not be feeling normal. Let's talk about that. All right, let's get one thing straight. You do not need a perfect diet in order to feel better. True story. You need to restore your body's energy bank. Think of it as like your own little energy bank account, and we need to make some deposits. And that starts with some simple steps that you can start today. Here's what's worked for me and for other new moms that I've worked with. Number 1, no skipping meals. That's right. No skipping. I can hear you already saying, but I'm not a breakfast person. Don't skip meals. For the foreseeable future, you are a breakfast person. When you are up nearly 24/7, feeding a baby around the clock, dealing with sleep setbacks further down the line and not getting as much sleep as you are used to, as what you actually need, you're going to need to have those regular meals and snacks available to you. Number 2, choosing more energy-dense snacks. So not something that's really light or really low calorie. You're going to burn through that very quickly, especially if you're breastfeeding, and you're going to immediately be hungry and searching for something else. So what we want is energy-dense or nutrient-dense snacks. So what do I mean by that? I mean that bite for bite, you're getting in good quality nutrition, even if it's not a huge volume of food. So examples of energy-dense snacks, it could be apple slices with peanut butter. It could be a piece of toast with almond butter and maybe a drizzle of honey. Could be Greek yogurt and berries. Think about the types of foods that you already enjoy, and maybe there's just a little something that you can add to it to really round out that. And if you want some more specific ideas, I'm going to link to a blog post below that goes over a list of some healthy, easy breastfeeding snacks. All right, and number 3, we want to make sure that you're eating enough and not just healthy. A lot of times people think healthy means low calorie or healthy means restrict. But a lot of times it's about, okay, what can I add in? What's going to help me feel good? What's going to energize me? What is going to help me heal and help me get through the day? And that is way more important than cutting calories. So if this sounds like you, let's reframe how you think about food. It's not just about weight. It's not about guilt or shame. This is about functioning. This is about nourishing. And this is about taking care of you as a new mama. And it's also about feeling like yourself again, except now you have a small child with you. So part of making sure that you're eating enough is to eat when you're hungry. If you are hungry and it's only been an hour, maybe 2 hours after a meal, maybe it's the middle of the night after you nursed or bottle fed your baby, listen to your body. If you are hungry, eat. And number 4, accept those offers of help. Now, I am hoping that you have some great support around you from a partner, from family members, from friends, from neighbors. I'm going to bet that someone is offering you help right now and that you may be coming up with excuses. Maybe you're saying, oh, no, I got it. Oh, I don't want to get in their way. Accept their offer of help. Or better yet, ask for help if you feel like you can. And I'm going to count paid help here too. If you need a babysitter for an older kid, if you need a babysitter for your little itty bitty baby so that you can take a nap, go for it. You can even consider a meal delivery service as a helpline. Even if it's something that you haven't used in the past, it may be something that you need to get you through right now. And there's no shame in that. Your energy isn't broken. It's just been depleted. And the fix starts with knowing what actually matters when it comes to nutrition. I'm going to be talking about the 5-minute meal hack that new moms swear by and that I've used with clients in the past. And it's coming up in the next video. Go ahead and click it. Bye.